Yes. I lived in several European countries and cultures, and I enjoyed the differences we all had and also saw commonalities in, let's say, values, which I regard as European values that I shared. And this is why I think I am a European, because I could easily identify myself with um, the different nations and cultures in Europe. When I was visiting friends in Brussels, and these friends they were French, and I met them in Edinburgh in the UK during my exchange semester in 2013. And I was visiting them in Brussels in Belgium, and it was also on that weekend it was the anniversary of 200 years of the Battle of Waterloo, and where our nations were fighting each other on this ground, like not far from it, from Brussels. And but now at that moment, we were just happy people having a good time, living in a happy place that is called the European Union. So that was for me just a feeling, yeah, we actually, the European Union achieved something. There was recently, of course, I have to mention the Corona crisis when the nations of the EU were first of all hiding themselves. Yeah, maybe it was necessary to put up certain restrictions wherever you can, and like at the borders, which sound logical. But beyond that, from the very beginning, the European Union should have been the political force that unites the nations and fights this global challenge that we are all facing. We are all facing the same challenge, and the European Union could have responded to that, which they did, but was rather reactive than proactive. I also have to mention here something that I saw that happened during the crisis, or is happening at the moment, that we have achieved that we work or can work across the borders. If we cannot rely on the governments, the people decided to do that to a certain extent. And I have to mention here the Pan-European Party Volt Europa that I'm a member of, where we try to be the best practice, like to be the good example by initiating a European response to support each other and to cooperate within and with our communities, regardless of the nation. And this really showed me that these pan-European infrastructures have high value, and this was just great to see. That made me proud. For me, it was obviously because I lived and studied in several places. Was for me the freedom to move freely, and so far I was able to travel, to live, to work, to study everywhere I wanted in Europe, and I did. So the most important chapters of my life happened because of the freedom that the EU gave me and gives me. I wouldn't be here and now, and would not be the person I am if I would not have this freedom. I'm thankful for that, but I'm also thankful that the EU offers me the chance to contribute to this European project with political and democratic freedom it provides me, and I use that. You're free to express yourself. A reform, bold reform. We need to get stronger in order to fight the global challenges we see in the 21st century. I do not only say that in the light of the corona crisis, but there's more that we need to do and problems and issues that still exist. How do we deal with digitalization, which affects everybody? How do we deal with migration and its root causes in the Middle East and Africa? And what, what about the role of the Western civilization in this migration crisis? What about climate change, the energy supply for the future? We need to change, and we also need to learn from the past. We can decide either we do the same way as we did 100 years ago, which ends up in war, which we cannot let happen again. And the European Union needs to lead the way. We, like the European project, needs to evolve and become a champion of peace and prosperity again, which we only achieve if we admit that we have to take over ownership again and have to make more compromises.